right, here we go. We have one of Chicago's finest in the building, Lil Eazzyy.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Vlad TV for the first time.
Thank you, man. It's a blessing.
Hey, man, you got some dope-ass songs, man. And you're actually, I feel like, one of the real lyricists coming out of Chicago.
I try to be, bro.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, I can really see, like, the care. Like, I don't feel like you go in the booth and just sort of just freestyle it and then whatever. I feel like you really take care in writing all your songs, all your lyrics, everything else like that.
I do, bro. I try to make every song that I make the best that it could possibly be every time. I don't bullshit.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Well, first time here. I want to start at the very beginning. So you moved around a lot, but originally from Southside Chicago?
Yeah. So originally I'm from the south side, like southeast side of Chicago. That's where I grew up for pretty much the beginning of my life all the way up until like high school. High school, I moved to the suburbs with my mom, but I always had my house in the southeast side of Chicago with my dad. So I was really just bouncing back and forth, but I was going to high school in the suburbs. And then after I graduated, I moved out of Chicago. But like now I still be southeast side of Chicago. Like I never moved around. I still always really been around there.
Well, right around 2010, Chief Keef drops Don't Like.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I mean, because there's always been dope rappers coming out of Chicago. You know, we got Kanye, Twista, Common.
Yeah.
But Chief Keef represented a whole new chapter.
Facts.
In Chicago rap history. When that happened, and then you saw all the other, you know, drill rappers start to pop up after that, how'd you feel?
2010, I'm like, what, like 9 almost?
Yeah, 10
for the most
maybe.
part, yeah. So that was when I was first starting to get into like hip hop. I first started getting into hip hop with Chicago drill. Like I didn't really start nowhere else. So like when Don't Like came out, and just like when Lil Herb started popping out and stuff like that, like that was just like where I gravitated towards hip hop the most when I was in Chicago. So it was just crazy. It was crazy. I was interested. I liked how the music sounded. I liked how the wave was going. And then like that's when I just started like just kind of trying to create raps of my own. But I was little, so I wasn't really taking it for real. I'd see them rap and I'd be like, I low-key want to rap a little bit. So I'd try and write something in my notes or something like that. But as time went on, I just started rapping and more and more and more and more and more, especially after seeing like so many different Chicago artists come up and have their own sounds, like Lil Durk with like the auto-tune, and then her with like just the lyricism, and then you got Chief Keef with like the swag and just like his cadence and how he talked during music and shit like that. So it just helped me kind of morph my music into my own stuff. Like I'm like, okay, I can make this my own thing. So yeah, just the influence of Chicago was crazy when I was coming up.
Well, you get to high school, you're a freshman, and Juice WRLD is a senior at the same high school.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a big age difference between you guys. You know, like sophomore, I mean, freshmen and seniors don't really hang out together.
Yeah.
But you knew about him back then?
Yeah, I knew about him through SoundCloud, because a couple of my friends would like show me a SoundCloud. And I'm like, yeah, bro, he hard. And then I remember one of my friends had introduced me to him. I just shook his hand, tell him what up, like. But I was a big fan, low key. And then when he graduated and time went on, like, me and my friends was listening to his stuff on SoundCloud all the way up until it blew up, and he dropped that album. I forgot what the album was called, but it had songs like, I think Moonlight. Damn, I can't really recall off the top of my head, but he had dropped one of his first real mixtapes on SoundCloud while I was like maybe a junior. And I was like, bro, this is hard. Like everything on here is going crazy. And then he just blew up, I think, end of my junior year, start of my senior year. It was just crazy to see the fact that he went to my school. Like I used to see him walking around, colored hair. Used to hear about people saying he used to rap in the lunchroom. Like it was just crazy to see from like a firsthand point of view.
Yeah, I feel like when you can actually see something in front of you, touch it, that makes it that much more real.
Yeah.
And it makes you think like, okay, I could achieve this one day because this person or this thing is actually in front of me and someone actually achieved it.
That's exactly what I thought.
So having him go to your school and actually seeing him walk around, that made you think, okay, maybe one day is possible for me?
Yeah, bro. When I seen him going crazy on SoundCloud and stuff like that, my senior year, I ended up taking a music class because I'm like, I could do this if he could do it. So I had took a little music class. We made beats, and it's crazy because I was making music around that time. So I used to send my professor like my music for my projects, and I didn't even used to participate in the classes. I used to just sit on my music, and he just used to pass me on everything. So it was just cool to see like a bunch of different creatives come out of my school, because the school I went to was so big, so it's like a lot of kids did music, a lot of kids did interior design, a lot of kids did a whole bunch of stuff. So when I went to music class, I just met up with a lot of different people that made beats, stuff like that. And it's crazy because the people that I went to school with that did music are still doing music now. They produce for some of the top rappers in Chicago, DCG, people like that. So yeah, definitely just seeing him come out of my school and make the noise that he did, I was like, yeah, this is definitely possible. Like, it was no doubt in my mind that it was possible.